Hello dear students of class 10th, welcome to civics class. I hope all of you are fit and healthy. Students, in this video, I shall start with a new chapter from your civics book, that is the 6th chapter, and the name of the chapter is Political Parties. So, as the name suggests, political parties. Now this is not a new name. You are very much familiar with this name. How you are familiar with this name? Because you must have seen in several news channels, or you must have read in several newspapers regarding different political parties that are there in our country. See, many of you get confused between political party and democracy. You feel that both are the same. Let me clear your doubt that political parties and democracy, these are two different words. They have a complete different meaning. So they are not at all same. Political party is a part of democracy. Democracy is not a part of political party, but political party is a part of democracy. Democracy is a very big term. You also have studied about democracy in class 9th. So it comprises of several features, and one such feature in a democracy is the formation of political parties. So do not get confused between these two terms. Now if I talk about political party, then many of you are not aware about the real meaning of democracy. If I talk about the people who are not so educated, if I talk about the people who live in countryside, that means in the rural areas, then they feel that the political party means democracy. They actually do not know the meaning of democracy. They feel that political parties are the only parties that are there in our country, and because of them the government and everything is running. They misinterpret the meaning of both. They feel that political party is a bigger concept as compared to democracy. Why is it so? Because political parties are very popular, they are very famous. No, this is not so. Because they are unaware about democracy, that is why they feel that political parties are important, more important than democracy. Students, I hope you remember the definition of democracy that you have read in class 9th. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. This is the definition, this is the meaning of democracy. And if I come to the political parties, then political parties or political party is a group of people, or I would say a political party is an organization in which there are several people with the same ideology, with the same aim. That is why they join a particular party with the same opinion. So this is the difference between democracy and political party. Now, why political parties are so important? They are very prominent in the news channels everywhere. Why? Because they are the most visible institutions of our country. They are the most visible organizations in our country. Political parties are very much visible. That is why we are able to actually understand democracy, because it is a major feature in democracy. See, we live in India, and India has a great diversity. There are people having different opinions, people having different religion, culture, ethnicity and everything. We live in such a country. So every group has their own ideology, every group has its own opinion. So different political parties you must have seen, for example, BJP, Aam Aadmi Party, Congress, Bahujan Samaj Party, several other parties are there. You must have heard about these names. So every party, they have their own ideology, they have their own opinion, they have their own principle on which they work. So why political parties are so important in our country? Because it is not so easy to directly talk to the government. Now if I talk about the government, then what is a government or who is a government? A government is a person? No, it is an organization. So we need to consult the political parties if we have certain issues or something. If we are in a problem, if there is any paper issue or something like of that sort, then we directly go and consult a political party which we know, so that our work becomes easier. If there is any government related work, then we try to approach the party so that that problem can easily be resolved. Why? Because political parties are the most visible institutions in our country. We find it very easy to approach the parties. We find it very easy to get access to those parties. The people who are there in those parties, they are familiar with what is happening in the society, around the society. So political parties have great significance on democracy. See, whether democracy is healthy or not entirely depends on the political party, or I would say to a great extent it depends on the political parties. We often say that corruption has increased a lot. Why? Because of the political parties. Some of the political parties, the members, the leaders, some of them are very corrupt, because of which the whole country gets a tag of being corrupted. The whole government gets the tag of being corrupted. So whether a democracy is healthy or not is dependent on the political party. Students, this is so because the political parties are game changers. They can change the entire scenario. That is why political parties are called as game changers. Now let me give you an example. For example, right now, Shri Narendra Modi, he is the Prime Minister of our country. He takes all the important decisions for the country. But he is also associated with a party, that is BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. That means he is also a member of that party. He is the leader of that party, an active member of that party. So the people who are there in politics, they are associated, they are related to some or the other party. For example, right now BJP is in power. BJP is, if you cut that line. For example, right now the government of Modi is in power, but the people of that government, they are also related to a party, that is BJP. So how a party gets into power? A party gets into power by contesting elections. If elections will be there, then people will give vote. If a particular party wins, then that party will form the government, and then the entire nation will be managed by that party. Alright. So political parties are very important. They play a significant role in the country, in a democracy. See students, let me tell you about the evolution of political party over the period of time. See, if I talk before 100 years, like 100 years back, the political parties were not so powerful, and there were very few political parties, and they were not very much active. That participation of the party, the members of parties, the participation of the members of parties, they were very less. They were not so active. But if I talk about now, then the people are more active. They participate actively in the party. So that is why over a period of time, the significance of political party have been strengthened. How it has been strengthened? Because of their active participation, because of the role that they play in that party. Earlier this was not so. Only a few parties were there, limited parties were there, but now we have so many parties. For example, BJP, then we have Congress, then we have Aam Aadmi Party and several others. So earlier people were not participating actively, but now people are participating actively. They influence the people, they influence the society. So that is why political parties are so important, because they are the game changers, they influence the people around. So students, I hope the introduction that I gave about political parties is clear to everybody. I hope you got the idea about political parties, that what political parties or what political party is all about. Now students, let's come to the definition of political party. See, as you can see on the screen, the definition of political party is mentioned. A political party is a group of people who come together to contest elections and hold power in the government. Now, every word of this definition is important. See, a political party is a group of people. That means only individuals are not there, it is a group of people. Why group of people is needed for a political party? See, group of people are there because they have the same motive, they have the same ideology. For example, I as an individual, I have certain opinions, I have certain plans, and I want that plan to be implemented, or I want those plans that are there in my mind to be implemented in the entire country. And what I will do? Individually, I will go to everybody, I will shout, I will give speeches, that I can do. But will it be result oriented? No, it will not be result oriented, because I am only an individual. But if the same thing a group of people will say in different states, in different cities, in different villages, the same thing will be said by different people, the same ideology will be shared by different people, then it will have an impact. People will listen. But if only I will speak, I will shout, I will tell my opinions, I will tell my ideologies to people, will people be interested to listen to my ideologies? No, they will not be interested. But if a large number of people will do the same thing, then people will definitely listen. So, a political party is a group of people. That means a large number of people, they come together having same opinion, having same ideology. They come together to contest elections. Now, elections are very important. In democracy, without election, it will not be a democracy. So, elections are important or essential feature in a democracy. If elections will be conducted, then only the form of government can be called as a democratic government. If elections will not be held, then that government will not be considered as a democratic government. So, why do the political parties come together? Just to share their opinions, just to share their ideologies? No, but to contest elections. If they will come together, if they will contest election, then what will happen? People will give vote to them. There will be so many parties, and among those parties, people will select the party, they will give vote to that particular party to whom they want to support. And then what will happen? After winning the election, what will happen? Then that party will hold power in the government. Once the party wins an election, what happens? The party is in power. And if a person or a group of individuals will be in power, then only they will be able to successfully implement all the plans, policies and programs. Without winning in an election, is it possible? People will not listen to you if you are not in power. So power is very important. So I hope the definition of political party is clear to everybody. I am saying it again. A political party is a group of people who come together to contest election and hold power in the government. So I hope the definition of political party is clear to everybody. Now students, let me come to the components of political parties. Let me tell you that there are three components of political parties. The first component is the leaders. The second component is the active members, and the third one is the followers. So these are the three components, or I would say these are the three pillars of political party. Now let me come to the first component or the first pillar, that is the leaders. See, this is the Now students, let me talk about the first component, that is the leaders. Now let me tell you that leaders, they are the prominent ones. Why? Because they frame, they formulate policies and programs, and they also choose candidates for contesting elections. They select candidates from each constituency to contest elections. For example, if I talk about BJP, in BJP who are the leaders? Shri Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi is the leader, and there are several other leaders like Amit Shah and several others. So they are the top leaders, they are the top personalities who are there in a party. Now the second one, the second component is the active members. Active members are the members, that means I would say the middle level. This is the middle level. They are the members, they are the people who work for the party, who manage all the affairs, who manage everything in the party. See, the top level people, they only formulate policies, they formulate programs which has to be implemented. But the active members, they have to see whether the plan, whether the policies, whether the programs are actually implemented or not. They have to do the complete work, whether everything is going smoothly in the party or not. And then comes the third component, that is the followers. Followers means the supporters, the voters who give vote to the party, the people who are following the ideology, the opinion of that party. They are called as the followers, or I would say the supporters. They are the bottom level component in that or in a political party. So I hope the concept of political party is clear to everybody. So now students, you have understood the components of political parties. So let me now elaborate about political parties. That political parties, they have their own ideologies. Ideologies means they have something, the matter that they support, the matter, the opinion that they want to be implemented in the entire nation. For example, let me take a small example of demonetization. Suppose this is the ideology of BJP, and BJP wants this to be implemented in the entire country. So for that, what will BJP do? BJP will persuade people. Suppose it is not done like it was done randomly. So then what BJP will do? The BJP will try to persuade people. It will try to convince people. BJP will try to tell people about the advantages, about the benefits of demonetization. BJP will tell to the people, BJP will try to persuade the people by telling that if we will come to power, we will do this. I am giving you this example on the basis that BJP is not in power. I am just giving you an example that what a political party does. It has its ideology, and then on the basis of that ideology, on the basis of that opinion, the political party tries to persuade the people, persuade the citizens over specific plans and policies. And then what happens? Then they get vote. The followers, the people who are easily persuaded, they give vote to the people, they give vote to the party. They try to get the vote of the people. And then what happens? In election, when they get the highest number of votes, then they get into power, and then the government is formed. So this way political party, this way a political party functions. So I hope that the introduction, the meaning as well as the components of political party is clear to everybody. Students, in the next video, I shall be explaining you about the functions of political parties. What are the functions? What do they do? What functions do they perform? So till then, thank you so much. Stay safe and do take very good care of yourselves. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.